why are we now in your happy place?
I think mostly because this looks so European, and I miss this type of architecture, which is so enclosed and so comfortable. There's so many green plants and beautiful flowers, and the smell is really, really nice. My friends and I would come and see movies.
Okay, so you come here every week, every month? When do you come?
Yeah, every Friday we'd come here and watch big films of the world cinematography and then discuss them.
We are on top of San Francisco. And what a better place to share some stories. Margarita, tell me one story that, let's say, changed your life. You have to have something good.
I have a story that really, I think, in a way it did change my life because it changed its direction. And it was all due to one single chance. And this is one of my favorite ones.
Okay, tell me more.
So when I was in 11th grade, I signed up for dance class. And I was enjoying it, but it wasn't really super great. And after a couple of months, to one of the classes, no one showed up, not a single person. I was the only person who showed up. And my teacher, coincidentally, didn't show up.
Oh, not even the only Margarita.
I know, this was so weird. And then I saw that a substitute teacher came in, and already I kind of felt something was going on. So we started dancing, and we had a very interesting connection. It was, first of all, I think we had this connection on the body level. We felt each other's flow, but also it was, I think we were in the same wavelength. So it was even like the spark of a spirituality, perhaps.
Isn't it fascinating how sometimes in our lives we meet people that we have such a strong connection. It's so awkward and complicated even to describe it, to explain it into words. So how did this play out? Was it just a dance or?
Yeah, we danced to several songs, and it was brilliant. It was such a surge of emotions, and I was so overwhelmed because I have rarely felt something like this before. But unfortunately, I let that connection slack, so I didn't really connect. We didn't exchange numbers. I thought, well, okay, too bad.
Yeah.
But this is not the end. In a week, I met him on the street, just randomly. And that's where I dared myself to push myself a little bit further. So we connected. And after that, we kept on seeing each other and hanging out and dancing together. And I think this bond between us formed, and it was very strong mentorship, and I had such a profound sense of trust for him, and I think he also really trusted me and was very touched by me wanting to
learn and to evolve and grow.
Exactly.
And I think for him it mattered so much that you had the courage to approach him, and you have to admit you were pretty lucky because life gave you a second chance.
Absolutely.
But it's that moment when you feel like it's now or never. You have to embrace the opportunity. You have to push yourself out of the comfort zone. And how did this play out? What's the conclusion of this story? What would be some of the things that you learned on? How did you evolve?
So I think, first of all, I grew as a dancer. I became a lot more aware of my body and the repercussions that my emotions and everything that I feel and perceive, how it all displays in the movements. Secondly, I think I realized that dance is so much more. It's not just the movements, it's also the spirituality and like this connection between you and the outside world and the people. So that's really important. And thirdly, I grew as a courageous person, because before that, I would have never danced in the public. I was so deeply embarrassed. But this mentorship, this connection, really allowed me to go to dance battles, so like big open events in Berlin, and perform. And of course, I didn't win any first places or anything.
That doesn't matter all the time, to be honest.
Exactly, and that's not what I was going there for, right? It was a very important growing experience for me. I felt empowered. I felt really supported, and I think this is what I got from it.
So, if one member of the 99 Stories audience sees the opportunity, sees the way it's approaching, but they're so fearful. They have so many thoughts on their mind. They're overthinking it. What would that person think about that, or what would my colleagues think if I go there? Why I will never be the best dancer. Why would I even bother starting this? What would you tell them regarding embracing opportunity?
I think just like forget about everything and get into your own body. That's what I also learned. So like not overanalyze, overthink, rationalize, just go for it and get it. And also I think it's important to think like you're gonna regret it, because if you felt something, if your body and your heart felt something, you shouldn't just let it go. So you might as well risk it. This was a story by Margarita.
Margot, if you were to recommend one movie, which movie would it be?
Since I come here very often and I've seen quite a lot of movies that I really loved, but one movie that comes to my mind is Frances Ha. It's a film about a young woman who's a dancer, but she's so utterly awkward. She cannot get her life together, and it's generally so fun to follow her in her daily adventures and hang out with her. That's the feeling that I get.
You heard it. Now it's your time to watch
Frances Ha.